about 4 weeks. It's supposed to be, I think, towards the middle of August or towards the end of August. That's when the 8 weeks expires. So they're asking, let's see the signs. We will not wait until the deadline before we will start talking. And we do hope that President Bola Tinubu is listening. The lawmakers are also listening, because of a truth, Nigerians are feeling the pinch. And one thing is, Nigerians would like to see that the government or those at the top are also making the sacrifices that the people are making and feeling every day. It would be nice to see that. Well, talking about government, we saw that the Federal Inland Revenue Service announced that they surpassed their targets for the first half of the year. Their collection was at 5.5 trillion naira for January to June 2023, according to the executive chairman of the service, Mr. Muhammad Nami. And they have a target that is even bigger than that for the second half, 7.5 trillion naira. Of course, we wish them all the very best, but we know it to come from your pocket and my pocket. So we have Mr. Nami here to tell us how harsh they plan to be. Thank you so much, Executive Chairman of the FIRS, Mr. Muhammad Nami. Thank you for your time this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I must say congratulations, first of all, for surpassing your target for the first half. What did you do differently?
Well, we have done a lot of things since we came on board in 2019. If I will remind you, we set up 4 goals, or 4 cardinal goals when I was appointed. One of those goals is making FIRS a customer-focused institution. The second of such goal is making FIRS also a data-centric institution and improving our stakeholder collaboration. Then the fourth goal is what has happened to the institution of FIRS itself. So let's rebuild the institutional framework of the service. These goals we are choosing by us at the point of our appointment to give a direction towards transforming the service as a whole, touching on all areas of operational processes, organizational structure, internal and external relationship, particularly with people like the media organizations, and capacity building and maintaining a comprehensive database. In appraising our performance under these cardinal goals and in relation to our current achievements in tax revenue collection, each of them has provided quite remarkable guidance in their respective ways as follows. In trying to make FIRS a customer-friendly, customer-centric, or customer-focused organization, it is often said that business balance, that the customer is always king. So we have always treated our taxpayers, including you, as king. So we have tremendously improved our engagement with taxpayers. We work constantly to ensure that taxpayers are satisfied. We issue circulars and guidance complementing tax provisions when changes to tax laws are made. We ensure that taxpayers are constantly enlightened on their tax right and obligation. We also have balanced the equation. We have always told government to also give taxpayers value for their money. So on making FIRS a data-centric organization, we have identified the fact that taxpayers are key to tax administration. So with a robust taxpayer base, you have all the necessary information about entities and individuals that are liable to various taxes that we collect. Then, for us to do that, we ensure that we have a comprehensive taxpayer database, which enables us to plan our tax administration and operational office of the processes. And with the tax payer tax base, we are able to forecast the amount of tax collectible. This is what we have done for the second half of the year, where we said we expect to collect at least additional 7.5. It is based on this databases that we are able to do that. We also created a department called Intelligence, Strategic Data Mining, and Analysis Department with the sole aim of gathering data, providing information on taxpayers. It is in realization of these advantages that we embark on the use of technology tools to build taxpayer base, which is a major factor that is aiding our effort in tax collection. It may interest you to know that there is a correlation between our performance and deployment of technology. Leveraging the available taxpayer database, the tax formats, which we built ourselves, we conceived it, built it, and deployed it, is our own, has continued to enhance our performance tremendously. It has also created a tax-friendly environment where taxpayers can carry out all their tax obligations and processes with ease. The third goal is we improve our stakeholder and collaboration to deliver quality service as part of our, in line with our vision, to taxpayers in partnership with our stakeholders and make taxation a pivot of national development. We have been engaging with relevant government agencies in the course of our work. We have engaged and interacted with professional bodies. We also have engaged and interacted with foreign agencies, bodies, and joined their cooperation with us, and much especially the media. And what we did as the fourth cardinal goal was to rebuild the institutional framework of the FIRS. One of the major factors that contributed to our continuous improvement in collection performance is the organizational structure that we carried out. We redesigned the organizational structure. We create an administrative system that is not decentralized. We are able to put in place a system that guarantees collaboration and internal control mechanism among the groups, department, and function.
All right, Mr. Nami. All right, Mr. Nami. Yeah. I mean, you obviously have done a lot, and we have seen the results. But you know, Nigerians will be happier. I know it's your job to just collect, but Nigerians will be happier if you can have a platform where the taxpayers can actually hold the tax, or the government, you represent the government as a tax collector, where they can actually hold them to account and say, you promised us road in our area, we have paid our taxes, where is the road? But I mean, at this time when the economy is harsh, macroeconomic indices are not friendly at all to individuals, to businesses. A lot of business owners have been talking about tax holiday. While that is not directly in your purview as FIRS, is there anything that can be done? Because it will serve to buffer the harsh economic realities at this time, and it will also help your job, because then you can increase the tax net, attract more people into the tax net. The issue of tax holiday.
Thank you very much. I like the way you smartly put it. Tax holiday is handled by a different ministry, not even Federal Inland Revenue Service. It is handled by Federal Ministry of Trade, Industry, through an agency of government. But be that as it may, in 2022 alone, if you look closely, the result that we published in January, you discover that for the taxes that we collected, in 2022 alone, the federal government sacrificed through tax holidays incentives over 1.8 trillion naira. I'm not saying that that is not the best thing to do, because the good intention is for the federal government to support the industries that are currently not doing well, to now save money, invest that kind of money, reinvest the money in their own businesses, and able to now return taxpayer and they are now able to invest it in other critical sectors so that they become big taxpayers in the future. But the issue we have with it today is a good policy of government, but with Pillar 2 coming about with global minimum tax rule of 15% across globe, for every tax incentive or tax waiver we give to every taxpayer in our country going forward with effect from January 2024. If we fail to collect 10 naira from a taxpayer that is based or that has come from outside Nigeria to invest in Nigeria, when he gets back to his country, the country of his own, or the country of his origin will take the tax from him. So what we are now saying, tax incentives are fine. Tax incentives have a purpose, but it is not what the global community wants to do from January 2024.
All right, maybe we should do it before January 2024. At least by then, businesses are supposed to have, you know, gotten a little bit of soft landing, and you know, because I mean we know what's going on in Nigeria. But thank you so much. We're out of time. Mr. Muhammad Nami, Executive Chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service, thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, let's take a break now. When we come back, it's MPC Decision Day. Counting down hours. It's going to be at 4 p.m. And you know, here on Channels Television, we're going to have the studio live to bring that to you. But before then, let's see what manufacturers are saying from the rail sector. What are they expecting? What would they want the MPC? Which way would they want the pendulum to swing to? We'll talk about that after this break. Do stay with us. This is Business Morning.